What is up, YouTube? Today we are here with Dudley in Montreal. Motherfucker flew all the way from the UK to speak at the event today, but we wanted to shoot a video on how to position this man as the #1 leading creative director in the UK. He kind of does what I do. He helps people scale their personal brands, but I want to position him as a premium service, as a premium person that can charge premium pricing in the UK and get high ticket clients, work more in a B2B sense.
100. Yeah.
All right.
Let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. So Dudley, I'm going to ask you a few questions, man. Like right now, you want to give the audience some context on the current situation. Like, what are you currently doing?
So currently I've got a community of coaches, and that was the business model from when we launched. It's been almost a year of launching now. We launched in September last year. There's been 250 people that have passed through the community. The highest number of members in at one time was around 100 members, but we've dropped off since then. Noticing problems, the problems that I've noticed is buying from the audience, getting them to actually do the stuff that we want them to do, because it's such low ticket. So it's £100 a month, so probably around $200. That low ticket thing, it doesn't produce results to the level that I want it to produce results, because we are letting them be accountable for themselves. So it doesn't get the best out of me and what I know and my service and what I do. Because they're left on their own by too much. I also do one-to-one. The one-to-one obviously is with me. We've got the calls and all that kind of stuff. Had some success there with clients in terms of feeling more confident with posting on social media, having more of an idea with what's going on. And obviously I keep them more up to date with like what I'm seeing as in this current moment, which is super important, because content's forever evolving. Like this, whatever worked 6 months ago is not going to work now. So if you signed up with me 6 months ago, the field's changed from now. So it's consistently like keeping on top of like what's new, what's fresh, what I'm seeing, and then pushing them down that direction as well to give them support with the content that they need. So that's the system at the moment. But we are coming into season 2, as I'm calling it. I'm calling it season 2. And this is going to be a cohort model. So I still want to keep the group rolling. I want to keep it down just like in the background, but it's not my main marketing focus. You can come in through £100 a month and go through the course if you want on your own accord, but we are going to stress we want you to take it in the cohort, because the cohort, we want to get a group of people in and then run them through on weekly calls exactly what they need to be doing. So by month 3, everyone is with each other every step of the way. By month 3, you've gone through your entire brand work that you need to do. Phase number 1, month number 1 is your coaching DNA. So it's all about their why they're posting the content in the first place. Like, and going into the methods. Why do they choose this amount of protein? This goes into the training. Why do they get people to train like this? It's really digging deep into who they are as a coach, because I believe once you understand that, you can then kind of flip that into content. And there's so many things that coaches don't think of that can be made into content. So it's bringing those to the surface, having it all in front of you. And then phase number 2, month 2, is then flipping it into content. So what we take from what we did with the coaching DNA and what you now understand further about your business, we then say, all right, how can we start making better content with this now? So we can delve into a little bit of like getting a little bit better at editing if you want that, but it's more like in a positioning sense, saying the right things and feeling confident with what you're saying and understanding like what you actually should be posting, what your guardrails are. Phase number 3 is then ecosystem. And through the course, I want to have pathways in this, because I don't believe everyone wants to take the same pathway. So there's a pathway that might be editing. There's a pathway that's going to be filmmaking. There's a pathway that's going to be lead magnets, pathway that's going to be YouTube, because you in your business need to decide what direction you go. And that phase number 3 is kind of where you spread your wings. So you want to get better at editing, and that's your main focus. Let's focus on editing for you for the next 4 weeks. You're going to have these editing tasks. Someone wants to focus on filmmaking.
Got it.
Okay, these are the filmmaking tasks that you need to do, and we'll run through that week by week. Originally, the phase number 3, month 3, it was going to be the same for everyone. It was going to be ecosystem. But I realized we can't go through all of those to the level that needed for you to actually improve in 4 weeks. If we're trying to, in 4 weeks, go through like a lead magnet, a YouTube, how to film better, how to edit, you can't do that in 4 weeks. So pick one path, you get the tasks for that path, and then you can kind of fly and spread your wings from there and pushing your business in the direction. Because I think these choices that you choose to make, like in the UK, we have to choose GCSEs. I don't know if you have to do that, but you get to year 10 and you have to choose whether you want to do sports or
Yeah,
business
us
or
too in
all this
Canada.
kind of shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
it's giving them that pathway to then set up their life, essentially, their
Okay.
coaching career.
Okay. And what's the current ticket price on season 2?
Season 2, we're looking at the cohort first launch at 997 as a
Pound?
early bird. Yeah,
GBP?
yeah,
Okay.
GBP. So dollars are probably, it's about doubling it, about 200.
Yeah.
I mean,
2K.
2,000, 2K. Yeah, so that's going to be early bird. And then
Okay.
obviously, if you get on the email list, if you subscribe to the early bird, then you get that price. Anything after that, then obviously price goes up.
Okay. Okay, so that's, and season 2 is launching when?
We've not got a set date for it yet. It's still in production now, still tweaking things because I've brought on some individuals on a one-to-one basis, but I'm running them through the exact same thing as we would do in the cohort. So I can kind of test this. I can get proof of
Got it.
kind of
Proof of market, proof of concept.
proof of concept, all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So I'm running some people through the flow right now, which is causing me to obviously identify these things like, okay, when we get to season 3, we can't go through all these things. We need to focus on one set thing. So I'm picking up things from bringing these guys through it and then making sure that the cohort, when we launch it, is 100% bang on with everything that's needed and there's no gaps.
Okay. Well, it seems like you have the cohort like figured out, to be honest. Like since you do have like 2-3 clients that you're working with right now, I would keep it as you're doing it because you are getting proof of concept. Get the case studies, get the testimonials in order to use in the marketing of this specific cohort. But what I'm really interested, bro, is how we shift you into a creative director. Like, what is that scope of service? What is that ticket price? What kind of client do we get for that specific service and for that specific
ideally,
for that specific thing?
Ideally, it's people that are not wanting to do it for the money. Because when it comes to creative decisions and creative work, if you're too stressed about financial income and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna be hesitant to put things in play because your first focus is kind of bringing that money up and you get to a sustainable level. So with the main creative direction offer, it's just someone who has a business, they've got money coming in, like they're fine, they're not doing it for a sales reason, they're just doing it for, I want my name to be known in rooms. I want to make sure that I'm putting out the best quality stuff that I can. And as well with brands, just working with brands too, in terms of supplement brands and all that kind of stuff outside.
Got it.
But I feel like the scope everywhere, the scope all over. Anyone who has a business on social media, there is scope there. It's just attracting that market right now. I'm in the coaching lane. I'm in the coaching niche. Everyone who approaches me might be a supplement business, might be a coaching business or something like that. There's what I've worked with. But in terms of outside of that, there's a lot of room, but it needs to be tapped into.
Got it. So basically, business owners with runway and cash flow. Runway is like how much money you have, like in the bank, to sustain your business, and cash flow who want their name to be known. And for the scope of service, have you ever heard about build and release?
No, it was build and release.
Bro, build and release saved my fucking life. Build and release is the business model that I modeled everything that I'm doing today out of, guys. I'm going to explain exactly what it is. So build and release is when you go and work with a specific person or a specific business, you build the systems from your specific expertise, and then you release them. And then you can release them, or you can keep them on with like a monthly retainer, like 1 call a month type shit. So this builds like this model, it entails a high ticket up front. Like I'm talking like 10 grand GBP up front, and then like 1 to 3K per month as a retainer after like the initial 3 to 6 month period where you build the systems, you build out their teams, and then you hand them the keys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now that I'm saying it to you, I want you to think about, bro, like what sort of skill set do you have? Because if we do a build and release model, we need to think that we're building people, we're building SOPs, we're building systems in order for a business to be able to use without you. But the thing is with that is that you did it so fucking well that they're gonna keep you on. They're gonna keep paying you to maintain the machine that you built.
Yeah. So I think we're looking at, if we're thinking about things that I've worked on in the past with supplement businesses and problems that I've heard is athlete management. So I guess kind of athlete management comes in this, because athlete management is not of the athlete management of previous.
Okay.
Because you now have contracts where you have to post content, and the quality of that content directly will correlate sales. If
Yep.
you've got 10 athletes on the team
Yep.
and they're all producing low quality content,
Mm.
but you're just saying, okay, yeah, that's 5 deliverables. I asked you for 5 deliverables. Thank you, but they're all shit.
Okay.
Who's buying? No one's buying. So I can come in with the athlete management and say, look, this is what your athletes need to be doing. Or it doesn't even need to be in the fitness sense. If we're talking outside of that, every brand has UGC
Yep.
as a top thing, whether it's for ads or whatever. So it's making sure those UGC creators are actually doing the job, and
Got it.
putting out good quality content, because if that's a thing that
Got it.
you can change in one move, but it can change the outcome of the sales made for the month.
100%, man. And like when we're thinking about that, it's going to be building out UGC, their deliverables, but not only deliverables and SOPs for them to follow step by step for products and launches. Would you go so far as to offer coaching for them too? Because that could be another plus value to position yourself. Like, you know, like group coaching for all the UGC guys.
Yeah.
Here's how you do the deliverables. Here's how you follow the SOPs and create what we want you to create.
Yeah.
And that, bro, just adds so much fucking value. Like if I'm thinking about that as a business owner with a business and I don't have to talk to my UGCs, my UGC guys, and I have somebody like Dudley on talking to the UGC guys for me, telling them exactly what to do, exactly what to post, exactly how to fucking post it. So much value, so much save time. So I think that's how we can add value to that specific building out UGC deliverables, SOPs, plus coaching. In terms of like, other than like UGC, when I'm talking about building personnel, I'm thinking the filmmakers and I'm thinking the editors as well. That those guys would need to be trained and coached as well. And when we think of that scope of service, what would really make this work is if you had editors that you could train in-house and then you could sell to these guys. That adds so much plus value, because I know a guy here in Montreal who's doing exactly that. He's positioning himself as a creative director, but in the back end, he has an editing school where he trains editors. And then if I need an editor, he's going to sell them to me for like 1K placement price, and then I pay the editor's salary.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But that's a lot of like manpower and work. So what you could do is offer both. Like you have like 2-3 key editors that you use, that you dispatch for different projects. Or you could offer that you train their editor, you train their filmmakers. Because more often than not, like the big business owners, they're gonna have their own team.
Yeah.
The goal with training them is kind of gonna be the same thing as the UGC, except it's gonna be for the higher production shit. Basically giving them all your methods, giving them like, I want you to think of it like identity method, but for staff within company. Does that make sense?
Makes sense, yeah.
Because then if you talk to C-suite people, for example, like Jace, that guy, how he's gonna find it super valuable is if you leave him with the entire system, you leave him with the entire team, and he can just keep running his business whether you're there or not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And if we think about the other skills and the other plus value that you can bring, because building out UGC deliverables, SOPs, and filmmakers, editors, SOPs as well, that's great. But how else do you see yourself helping companies, bro?
Along the lines of content creation.
Content creation. Could you develop on that?
It's more about just standing out in the market and actually being creative and thinking outside of the box. Because a lot of brands just do whatever the next winning brand does, and everything's so the same. So I was speaking to Jace about his supplement brand and just like how to market that, and we're like pushing down the lines of like showing everything around training, a lot more lifestyle posts, like day in the life sort of stuff, rather than just heroing the product all the time. I think it's getting bigger businesses as well to understand the power of something like that as well, in terms of like being relatable with the audience.
100%, man. Because if I think about the brands killing it right now, like Bloom Energy Drink, Raw Energy, their founders, Greg Lav and Dom Yakovon, they have very strong personal brands where they're showing they're selling the lifestyle that is congruent with the product they're selling. So Bloom is attached to a lifestyle and not the product.
Yeah.
Raw is now attached to the lifestyle, especially with Siba, right?
Yeah.
It's attached to 5-time Mr. Olympia. But Dom Yakovon, creating the content that he's creating, is now making it relevant, even more relevant for business people, for everyday people, for people outside of just bodybuilding. And that kind of positioning, if you could help business owners sell the lifestyle directly, the UGC guys sell the lifestyle directly, and the editors and the filmmakers understand the psychology behind selling the lifestyle and not selling the product. Like, this is forward thinking. This is where the entire world is going in terms of personal branding and in terms of like selling products, selling services for their companies. Like, my guy Hugo came to me for that exact reason. He has nothing to sell as of right now, but the day that he wants to start a brand, it's going to be attached to the lifestyle that he lives. And he's already a millionaire, right? So my job, I'm doing the same thing. I'm training his editors, I'm training his filmmakers. They're gonna come here today and I'm gonna like give his filmmakers some cues. I've given them all of my SOPs. So it's like I'm not talking to Hugo much anymore. I'm talking to his team. And his team just executing for him.
Yeah.
So that's how I want us to think going forwards for you. Now it's just a matter of positioning yourself in front of the right people, right? So we have one guy that we know is like pretty much ready to buy for you, because you've helped him in the past.
Yeah.
So you have proof of concept with him.
Yeah.
So tell me, bro, like him, and we're talking about one of Dudley's clients / friends. His name is Jace, one of the leading coaches in the UK, correct?
Yeah.
He has supplement brands that he's building, everything like that. How do you think he would react, bro, if you pulled up with an entire pitch of exactly what I'm saying?
Yeah. He knows he needs it.
He knows he
That's it.
needs it.
People know that they need it, especially someone like him with the mindset of, I have to be different,
100%.
and I'm willing to like push down any route if the plan's there, and he'll be able to see the vision. He's someone that can see a vision.
What's stopping you? I want to know, like, would you be able to pitch this to him like right now? Get him on the phone and sell it to him.
I'll be pretty confident once everything's scoped out.
Okay. What's missing? Let's do it right now, bro.
I think deeper understanding more about what he wants. I think there's still a lot of conversation to go into like what exactly he wants. I think that's the only stopping marker.
Got it.
Because surface level, I've worked with him for a while on and off, obviously with his personal content and stuff like that.
Got it.
We've had little conversations in terms of like other things, wider things.
Got it.
But there needs to be more depth to the conversation. So that needs to be the first more depth to the conversation to understand what the goal actually is here, and probably a timeline to it as well.
Got it.
Because right now it's just a lot of free thought that needs directing and kind of pulling together.
100%. And yeah, like for anyone watching this, wanting to move into the B2B world and like position themselves in B2B, it's rarely going to be a one call close, guys. It's rarely going to be a, hey, what's up? Fucking 15K up front, 5K monthly retainer. You want it? Yes. No, it's you have to understand, like Dudley's saying, you have to have those conversations, like 2, 3, 4 conversations to get the full scope of exactly what somebody like Jace wants to build with his name, with his companies, with his brand, and pretty much enter like just a longer sales cycle, a longer negotiation cycle, just to make sure all boxes are ticked. Because you don't want to fuck yourself either, right?
I don't want to fuck myself.
There you go.
So
you don't want to like
making sure like it's on the same lines.
There you
having
go.
Those kind of guardrails, and then it's foot on the gas and going in the right direction.
100%. Putting everything in fucking writing, making sure that all the scope of service is covered, and like not moving on, like pricing the investment at the true value that it is. Because bro, like, I don't know if you know, but hiring a creative director within your business, especially in the UK, top salaries are like 400K quid a year. Those are like top salaries.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty damn sure you could do a better job than them. Seeing all the brands coming out of the UK, spending like 2-3 days with this guy in Montreal, I'm not speaking out of my ass here. I'm pretty damn sure he could do a better job than them. Seriously.
Yeah.
So
It's exposure to the markets, though. It's
yeah,
exposure to the markets.
it is. But I'm also a big believer in getting proof of market and getting proof of concept. So with Jace, you do want to have like a 3-month initial with like a testing price of like 10 to 15K. I wouldn't go lower than 10 to 15K quid as a setup price
Yeah.
for that initial period. And then after a retainer
Yeah.
to make sure all the systems are running after you're gone. So yeah, that's what it is, man. You got to have that conversation with him to understand, like, here's how I would go about it. Like, I would send him a text. I would say, look, I've been thinking about where you want to take your brand, where you want to take your name, the supplement company you're starting, and I've been looking at industry leaders, and I think we could be up there. Let him respond to that. Test the water, see how warm, how cold he is, and arrive at the first call with some sort of proposal where you hit all the pillars. And then you see which one he's more inclined to focus on. Because, like, let's be honest, in 3 months, you're not building him a brand and you're not building a supplement brand. It's going to take longer than that.
Yeah.
But that's going to allow you to do is see, okay, which one is he more receptive to as of right now? Which one does he need more help with? And then after, when he wants the other one, easy upsell.
Yeah.
Okay, another 10, 15. Let's work on this now. Because you're building 2 different systems, right?
Yeah.
2 different systems, 2 different things. One, you're working with UGC, athletes, pushing a product. The other, you're selling the lifestyle, you're selling the founder.
Yeah, 2 things going on there.
100%, 2 things.
All needs creative direction.
100%, 2 different directions of creativity too. So it's like mental load for you, right? You can't be like, a mistake I made a lot in business is like I would work with somebody for like an upfront price for this kind of build and release model, and I do everything, bro. I would edit their YouTube videos. I would train their team. I would like, have people post their content. I would do everything because of the upfront would cover it, right? I was like, that was it. That was the story I was telling myself in my head. They paid me the big upfront. I'm making rev share from their business, but in reality, like, you need to get paid for the good work you do, in any fucking case. And you need to be able to categorize each thing and say, no, this is different. This is not the same thing. This is 2 different like projects. We're gonna do this one first, and then once you deliver those good results, boom. That's another project and another retainer, which creates recurring for you, bro.
Yeah.
And then this in the future can be 100% systemized, where you could train like people to do this for you. But that's like a year, 2 years down the line.
Yeah.
As of right now, would keep everything like Dudley, and I would put your main focus in developing this scope of your business.
So what about the side? Obviously, you brought Kimmy on.
Yeah.
What about the side with Kimmy?
The side with Kimmy in terms of the identity method.
We spoke about obviously me positioning how I'm positioning, then he's that touch point more to the coaches.
100%.
Which works really well, but it's how does he present that and how do we keep that?
So Kimmy's only job, and just some context, guys, Kimmy is one of his client success managers and account manager that Dudley runs the identity method with, teaching coaches how to do better content. Kimmy's full focus is season 2. You have touch points with Kimmy. Why the fuck is it the eraser? I didn't want the eraser. Yeah, crayon. You have touch points with Kimmy about how he's running season 2. Once you have proof of concept with the 2 guys, you have 2 clients for it right now. Proof of concept, document everything, record all the fucking calls, send him all the recordings, tell him to watch everything. That's his only job. Become Dudley 2.0 in the coaching methods, in the execution, and in the commitment. Become Dudley 2.0 to get his fair share, right? And to be able to develop it with you as well. So once you have like the guys went through the 3 months, it needs to all be systematized. It needs to have SOPs. It needs to be very clear on what Kimmy needs to do. So literally, like my thinking with SOPs and systems is like, it has to be so simple that a monkey could do it. And like so thorough, right? So like recordings, trainings, SOPs, documents, building out AI assistants for him. Like whenever he has a question, he asks the AI assistant instead of you, things like that.
Yeah.
So like That's where I would position Kimmy. And then Kimmy on the marketing side just focuses on becoming a better coach because he's still coaching, right?
Yeah.
So that's also going to be his proof in order to attract more people. So that's how I would handle like that situation with Kimmy. You have the two guys, focus on delivering insane results for the two guys, document everything, and then delegate to Kimmy. Stuff is going to break.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But it's nothing like a little damage control, and good SOPs can't prevent, you know? So while you work on this side of things, it's good that you have a CSM that can help you with this.
With that, yeah.
And like, it's not going to be completely detaching you from identity method in the cohort. It's just that like less touch points.
Yeah.
Your main touch points are with Kimmy.
Yeah.
You let Kimmy speak to the clients though. So like Kimmy is the barrier that protects your time and your mental energy. That's how I see my CSMs. So me personally, I have my client success manager text every client Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And he categorized them green, blue, not blue, fuck. Green, yellow, and red. Green is all's good, keep it going. Yellow is needs a little push. Red is, okay, Gabe, I need your help. I don't know what to do with this guy.
Yeah. So when he's messaging him, what kind of things is he just saying? Just general catch up?
Checking in. Since it's 3 times a week, it's like light touch points, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like testing the waters, what's going on, what do you need help with? And then Noah's trained on the resources, the exact resources in our library that he can send to them and the exact cues that he can send to them.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't know, then he asks me.
Yeah.
And every Sunday I get a report of like everything, all the activity that he did. Like on a Google Doc, like this week I talked to this guy, he was this, he said this, I gave him this. So then I can review all of his actions and be like, okay, why, when he said he struggled with content consistency, let's say, as an issue, why didn't you send him this resource instead? And then me explaining it to him like on our weekly call, our weekly touch point.
Yeah.
So that allows you, bro, I'm telling you, it like protects your energy. It's so important. If you want to shift to creative director without like having like 2 projects where you're like same, because this guy's also doing physique coaching, and I think one of the issues is like you can't have like
shit, yeah, it's my mental is everywhere because I'm doing physique coaching, and then I'm trying to do this, and then I'm trying to create content for both of them and trying to pick up clients for both of them, and it just makes both of them a little bit weaker, and it's it's irritating.
But the thing with identity method is you have Kimmy, so now it's just like taking the full accountability as a leader in your business and providing Kimmy with all the tools he needs to perform and to do what he has to do in order to serve the clients, right? You're still an acquisition channel for Identity Method, but he should also be an acquisition channel for Identity Method through his content.
Yeah.
That needs to be made very clear with him.
Yeah.
And you can even incentivize him, like, okay, Kimmy, this client came from you, 15% more.
Yeah.
Because that's like a setter closer pay, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know? So that'd incentivize him to like get more clients on his end, feed the machine even more, and just keep you updated with reports, man. That is the best way, in my opinion, because I think Identity Method is good. You got something good going on. I wouldn't like completely scrap it. Anyway, right now it's feeding your runway, right? Pretty much feeding your runway. So we want to keep it alive for the very time being, and especially having Kimmy there. And then creative director is where you have 90%, 95% of your mental focus. Developing that, networking with people, advancing the deal with the people in your mind right now that you know need your help and you know would be receptive.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Those are the action steps I would do, bro. Make sense?
All good.
All right, man. All right.
Solid.
Amazing. Was this helpful?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just need to structure it all.
Yeah, anyway, when we post it on YouTube, I'll have the transcript. I'll send you transcript.
Nice one. Solid, bro.
Yes, sir.